Simplify the square root of 54c cubed. Here we want to try and split up 54c cubed into a product where the first factor is a perfect square, and then whatever's left over goes in the second radical. Remember, we want there to be a perfect square here so that we can actually evaluate the square root. So if we look at 54 and we try and see if there is a perfect square it's divisible by, we know 54 is a multiple of 9. In fact, it's 9 times 6. So we can write that as root 9 and then root 6. And then for c cubed is not a perfect square. If it was c squared, it would be a perfect square, but it's c cubed. So even though it's a variable expression, we're still going to split it up into something that's a perfect square and something that isn't. And we know that c cubed is divisible by c squared, and c squared is a perfect square. So we can pull out that c squared, and the c squared goes in the first radical, and then that leftover factor of c stays in the second. And now when we take the square root in the beginning, the square root of 9c squared is just 3c. And then we're left with the square root of 6c in the radical. And this is our final answer. Usually with these problems, we will put everything outside of the radical first. So everything that comes out of the radical goes in front, and then everything else is going to go under a radical at the end. So we've got 3c times the square root of 6c.